We turn now to the ongoing hunt for the remaining terrorists who were behind a massive and deadly series of attacks in Paris.
French authorities say thousands of shots were fired today during an hours-long standoff and raid with suspects in a terror cell.
French authorities, though, aren't saying if the suspected ringleader of the attacks was killed in the most recent raid.
Right now, we know nearly 200 people were hurt in Friday's attacks in Paris and still are in the hospital. 129 people were killed. And while violence continues in France and across the globe, high tensions and security concerns are causing chaos. 2 Air France flights were forced to the ground over the past 36 hours after anonymous threats were phoned in.
Yeah, a flight from Los Angeles landed in Salt Lake City. A plane from Washington was grounded in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Authorities say after close searches, nothing threatening was found on either flight. Certainly, as we hear about these threats throughout the globe, times are tense in the days after the most recent attack. Many of you want to know, how are these heightened risks affecting Americans?
Joining us again tonight is our counterterrorism expert, Rick Mathews. And Rick, thank you so much for being here again and with us all week long as we follow this. There have been several false alarms in the past few days on airplanes. Are these incidents that really have everyone constantly on high alert taking a toll on our security?
Well, I don't know if they're taking a toll on our security. These may be false alarms, but these are, in fact, real events in the sense that this is what terrorists want. We hear this, we take our appropriate action. People get a little fearful at that time. But I don't see this as being a major issue as we go along. Certainly, though, it's a tool in the terrorist toolbox.
Yeah, and we certainly hear, at least on social media, and many viewers have come up to us and said, you know, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before something happens here. Is that based in fear? And what's being done behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about?
Well, unfortunately, I think that's one of the things that we all are concerned about. I think that it's basically a large part in fear, part of the unknown. But clearly the terrorists, ISIL and all the others, have said they want to attack us. There's indications they want to do that. And most likely they will try another attack on us at some point.
When that fear index, as some call it, takes effect, does that help the spread of the chaos that ISIS may actually be looking for?
Yeah, it does. I mean, this is what terrorism's about. It's trying to cause fear in its target, in us. And it's doing a pretty good job. On the other hand, what I see are people, I think, listening to the media, listening to the news, looking at this, talking about it, and all those things can be very helpful for them to handle their own personal concerns and general lack, and reduces the fear that we see.
And Rick, you pay very close attention to this side of things, and that's why we bring you in to talk about some of these complicated topics. Where, in your opinion, does this conversation need to be steered now?
Well, it needs to be steered where people are. Again, the old adage, if you see something, you got to say something. We have to be alert, conscious of that. We have to know that our public safety agencies, that our government is in fact on the job doing what it can do to protect us, and that's going to help us some.
Okay. I mean, how do we handle this when we hear all of these different threats, and just what's your advice to people that are really concerned hearing about all these plane threats?
Yeah.
Well, remember, most threats, most things we hear don't happen. And also, again, remembering that we have all these people back behind us there to protect us. That shall help us sleep at night a little bit better.
All right, Rick Mathews, thanks so much for joining us. We know it's a complicated topic. We really appreciate you being here all week long. All right, thanks, Rick.